A line in the sand, that's what the state government's calling its decision to end sand mining on Stradbroke Island in 8 years' time.
Some people say sand mining has made Stradbroke Island. Others say it's destroying it.
Of this park, we begin the process of turning Stradbroke Island into a protected place, and we begin the process of ending sand mining.
North Stradbroke Island, the alluring subtropical sand island located 30 kilometres southeast of Brisbane, is a popular tourist destination in southeast Queensland. Kilometres of golden beaches, freshwater lakes, an abundance of natural flora and fauna, and ocean waters teeming with marine life, Stradbroke attracts up to 3 times its population in summer months. However, despite the large crowds itching to get to this beautiful natural environment, there has always been much speculation over the future of North Stradbroke Island. Since 1949, sand mining has occurred on North Stradbroke, and for years, the Queensland Government have been attempting to end the mining for good. So, what is sand mining and how has it changed North Stradbroke Island? Does it pose a threat to the natural flora and fauna? What are the environmental impacts of sand mining? Is it possible for full rehabilitation, and what does the future of North Stradbroke look like? We went to Stradbroke to figure out the sandy issue ourselves. 26 May 2016 marked the day that the Labor government passed the legislation to end the sand mining on North Stradbroke Island by 2019. But even before that, the decision has remained unstable through the changing of government ideas and the island. The purpose of sand mining is to extract important minerals and silica to access industrially useful elements titanium and zirconium. This process requires transporting sand from a natural dune system to a sifting area to separate minerals. About 50 million tonnes of sand is mined from the island to produce 500,000 tonnes of minerals. For close to 70 years, Silverco has remained the leading mining company on North Stradbroke Island, and as a result, the island has been dramatically impacted and changed. Today, there is up to 600 hectares of open mining areas on the island. Some of these open areas are 100 metres deep and reach down to the water table. Breaching of the water table affects where the surrounding water flows, as well as polluting it as a source for drinking. Additionally, about 90% of water Redland City Council residents drink come from the aquifer on the North Stradbroke Island. If mining is not stopped by 2019, maybe the water we have access to will. We sat down with Mr. Michael Lucis, scientist at the University of Queensland, majoring in the value of Moreton Bay, to learn more. Does sand mining pose a threat to the flora and fauna?
Yes, because if you're going to move 50 million tonnes of sand every year, this requires the clearing of native vegetation and changes the water courses that they feed on. Wildlife then need to constantly move on to an ever-diminishing variety of food sources.
So, what are the environmental impacts of sand mining?
The main environmental impacts is a reduction in the biodiversity, the impact on the water quality, and also the cultural heritage values of the island. For example, the Condabuka people who live there for over 22,000 years access those natural resources, the biodiversity, they use the water, they use the places for themselves.
So far, we've covered the environmental impacts and how this is changing the island. But what about the future? Rehabilitation? What about solutions? Melina Welton, a resident of North Stradbroke Island and geography teacher, gave us some useful insight. Is it possible for full rehabilitation?
Well, I think that rehabilitation is definitely possible. I think it's questionable whether it would get back to the fully natural state, but over a long time, rehabilitation is definitely possible.
And what does the future for North Stradbroke Island look like?
Really uncertain. I'm hopeful that it will be positive, but I know a lot of people are quite concerned and scared about the future.
Ecotourism. This is the face of the future for Stradbroke. Tourism that has as little impact on the environment as possible, that respects local culture, and that helps promote livelihoods. In the future, ecotourism will be the main economic industry running on North Stradbroke Island. So what can we do to preserve and prevent the island from further damage? As a community, we can raise awareness and funding to afford protection by national park status. By doing so, we can ensure that significant flora and fauna are protected, habitat corridors are maintained and extended, and public access is made available to Stradbroke's beautiful landscapes. In doing this, there is hope once again for Straddy to be restored as much as possible from the effects of sand mining, benefiting the local community and southeast Queensland. After almost 7 decades of mining, future generations will never have to worry about this sandy issue.